All right, my friend. So Matt is single. He's 57. He makes $50,000 a year. No heirs, no wife, no kids, no nothing. He just wants to retire. He's hoping at 62. And his question is two or threefold. Should he put money into a Roth 401k? When he retires, should he start converting? And obviously the big question is, can he retire? So we're going to dive into this a little bit. This will be interesting. Probably take 2 or 3 episodes here. This is by popular demand. Got a lot of ladies asking me to do this for single women, but believe it or not, I've done a lot of stuff on women lately, so I figure I'd change the genders so I won't be perceived as being, I don't even know what it would be, discriminatory against one and not the other. So we want to discriminate against all genders, the two that there are. So, all right, let's dive into this and let's see what we got. All right, so we're going to go. We got Matt with a net worth. Again, Matt is single. Just old Matt. He's got I still put Kathy on there for his 401k. Let's just remember Kathy. I was doing it before. Let's change that over to investments, and we're going to say Matt's 401k. There we go. All right, cool. All right, make sure okay, good. All right, so Matt is. We're going to go back to dashboard. We're going to go to details. Matt's got $264,000 in a 401k, all in the Vanguard 500 ETF. He's got a home that's worth $150,000. All right, so he's got $150,000 home, $264 in a 401k. His total net worth is $414. From an income perspective, he makes $50,000 a year, but he would like to retire. Oops, I didn't do it there. Anyway, $50,000 a year, and he'll get a 2% annual adjustment for inflation. His goals are to retire at 62. So he's 57 now. He wants to retire in 5 years. He's putting away 10% of his salary, and his company's matching 3%. All right. His expenses are he spends $2,500 in discretionary living expenses. We'll go over to what his expenses truly are here in just a second. And again, it's just Matt. And we have him live until he's 85. So we'll have Matt dying at 85. He's born 10/1/61 in the great state of, and he lives in California, IA. All right, so let's dive into this here. Now, just here's our investments, the Vanguard S&P 500, and here is his home, $150,000 home. Annual property tax is $2,000, and annual insurance is $1,000. All right, so let's take a look at his cash flow first and foremost. And so it's a 57% chance probability at this stage. I'm not all that concerned yet. We'll get into that. We'll get into that in just a second. We're going to go to cash flow. I want to see expenses here. So there's a $2,500 a month discretionary living expenses. He's $3,000 a year in housing, his property tax, and his homeowners. So his total expenses are $33,000. All right. But what's his total net flows? Well, he's got $50,000 a year coming in, but he's got $33,000 expenses plus $9,000 of taxes plus $5,000 of savings because he's putting 10% of that 401k in. So he's only netting about $3,000 a year. But how does he have so many taxes when he's in such a low tax bracket? No, I hear you, man. It's right there, FICA. I mean, his FICA tax are pretty high. State income tax are not even half what the FICA is. In fact, the FICA is higher than his federal income tax. Look at that. So one of the benefits about retiring early is you stop paying the tax, but then you got to pay the Medicare. Yeah, but you no longer pay the FICA, and the FICA and the Medicare are probably going to cost about the same. Obviously, the FICA depends on what your income is, but probably going to cost you roughly the same. So it's a wash, essentially. All right, so let's go back to analysis here for his retirement plan. We're just going to look at stress tests. Yeah, as long as the median never gets anywhere near zero, we're good to go here. So by the time he's 82, he's got 50% of the time he's got 174,000 or less. 50% of the time he's got 174,000 or more. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, look, that's not going to be perfect, but this is just a scenario that we're running here. That looks pretty good to me. I'm comfortable with that. Oh, his retirement monthly expenses. Let me show you that. Goals. $2,000 a month in retirement monthly expenses, and he's got healthcare costs. So essentially what's going to happen is come retirement, his expenses are going to be down here. Oops, let me go to expenses. Healthcare, he'll have $2,000 a month in today's numbers. That'll be adjusted for inflation at 3%. His housing will go up with his appreciation, which I put in at 2%, and then have healthcare costs. So his total expenses in the year 60 when he turns 62 when he retires will be $36,000. So basically $3,000 a month. But his income, he won't have any. So he's got to come up with that money somehow, and he'll have to come up from taking out his 401k. All right, so let's just look. Will that ending balance by account? So here's his money going into his taxable account. That's his net flows. He has surplus cash while he's working. All that money is going into his taxable account. So by the time he's 20 and 61, he'll have about $12,000 in that account, which will be quickly liquidated to cover his first year of expenditures. All right, so if we go by withdrawals from accounts, you can see he's taken from his 401k until he takes Social Security at 70. He's pulling $25,000, $41,000, $44,000, so he can pull all that money from his accounts. But the drawback is here, ending balance. It looks like he might be pretty, not quite, $244,000. So he's still got a pretty good ways to go before he runs out of money. So that looks pretty good to me. So withdrawals from accounts, but he's knocking that by what's about 100, 200, 300, $375,000, maybe 350 or so. He's reducing his 401k by that, pretty significant amount of money, but it is invested pretty aggressively. So because it's invested aggressively, that could have some issues when it comes to this analysis. So maybe what we'll do is instead of being 100% stocks, we'll change it. We'll go to analysis, go down here to action items. We'll change it to, I don't know, we'll say growth. And see what that, I imagine that's going to probably increase this here. Let's see. Oh, no, it doesn't. Wow. All right. So we don't want that. Because too much bonds in there really eats them alive. So we don't want that. I'm surprised to see that for sure. What if we change Social Security to take it at full retirement age? Let's see what that looks like. Changes a little bit. Not much. I'm surprised by that too. So let's go up here. In current strategy, taking it at 70. All right, that's interesting. What if we change his retirement year to 64 as opposed to 62? Yeah, there we go. All right, so that's better. So we'll have him work until he's 64 for sure. Let's just see how that shakes out. Just to make it kind of, I'm not a fan of when it gets squeezed, proposed plan. When it get too close to, see that 25 to 75% range. It's hard for me to, I can't do it. But anyway, see where it's 25. I don't like when there's a zero in the 25% range. I don't like that. As long if it's zero, between 5 and 0%, 0 to 5, I'm comfortable with that because it's also 2.5 million from 95 to 100. Neither of those are likely to happen. Once you start getting zeros in the 25%, I don't like that so much. So as long as you have that median right there, it looks pretty good to me. I'm pretty comfortable with that. Actually, that's pretty good. So let's see if we just change it to one more year to 63. Let's see what we're looking at here. That's still pretty good, though. I mean, the median isn't even close to the bottom. I'm okay with 63. I'm a little bit more. I'm definitely, even though, because he's not. When he's 8, right there is when he get. I'm still pretty comfortable with 63. I mean, look at that. His median is well into the six figures. I mean, at no time does he breach 100,000 or less. Yeah, so I'm comfortable with that. Retirement at 63. Let's real quick revisit 62. What was the bottom line there? 62, 185. I'm liking 63. So let's go back and change that. We're gonna say, Matt, you got to work until you're 63. I'm just a lot more comfortable there for sure. All right, so let's go back. So what we want to do is, should Matt do 401k contributions as opposed to IRA contributions? So what we're going to do is we're going to stress test this sucker. We're going to go to analysis. Cash flow is what we want to do. So the current plan, there we go. Bear with just a second. Let's just go back to, I thought I had him, didn't I change him work until? I have him 63, that's right, yeah, right. So we're going to say you got to work one more year, that's right. Everything else looks the same, all right, cool. All right, good. So let's start doing some spreadsheets here, shall we? Let me pause for just a second. All right, so I got some spreadsheets here. Let me move myself there. So what all we do is copy and paste this from Right Capital. And again, you can see he's his non-qualified assets or taxable accounts. We got him working the extra year. His qualifies his 401k, so he's adding another 10,000 plus a 3%, 3,000. His company puts in a little bit more than that because adjusting for inflation. There's his home value. So his net worth by the time he hangs up his boots is $593. All right, so now he doesn't take any Social Security until he's 70, and by the time he goes to his greater reward, he's got 153,000. Look at that, his net worth is pretty good, 879,000. That's at a linear rate of return, my friends. Again, I'm just looking. We're not getting deep into this. I just want to see the idea of Roth conversions, Roth 401ks versus not. All right, so that looks pretty good. So it's $879,000, but how much taxes he paid? He paid $112,000 in taxes. All right, so now let's go back. We want to just see income inflows, income flows. He's got, so he's never really paying much in taxes until later on down the road. So that's not a big issue for me. I don't see huge benefits of doing Roth conversions, but let's find out, shall we? That's not a big issue. In fact, that one we might say, I would want to bear him just 1 second. In that case, we might say, look, what if he takes 22, what if he increases his retirement income by $250 a month? What does that do? And that reduces, see, look at that, man. It's the butterfly effect like crazy. What if he reduces it? 64. Yeah, all right. So the optimal is for him to retire at 63, I'm not sure about Social Security yet. Hold on just a second. Social Security, we'll see at 70. Not much. Oh, I already have it at 70. I meant full retirement age, excuse me. Let's try that. Change the outflow, but he has no heirs, so that might be okay. So we'll come back to that later. Let's do a Roth conversion, though. Let's do Roth. We'll say he's contributing to a Roth 401k, not the traditional, and just see how that shakes out. And we'll come back and do another one on Roth conversions as well. So we go into savings. And instead of the 401k, we're going to delete that. Make that a, got to get my big old mug out of the way. And we're going to make that a Roth 401k. There we go. And what do we say? He's doing 10% a year. His company is putting in, his company is putting 3. Okay, cool. There we go. All right, so now he's contributing to his Roth 401k as opposed to getting the match, and still getting the match, but he's going to pay tax on that. So let's see what it looks like. All right, let's go to retirement. Remember, 70% before. We haven't changed anything else. It drops to 69%. We want current, 68% under current plan. And but he has more left. No, he has less left over. Okay. Let's take a look at cash flows. So a lot more tax on the front end. Well, let me just do it here. We're going to go to taxes. We're going to go to net worth first. Boink. Boink. There's a 3 down here. So he has 862,623 of net worth. And then from a tax perspective, actually I just want to see what the mountain graph looks like. Yeah, so no taxes there. That's pretty good. I don't think tax is going to be a big issue for this guy, even if he doesn't do any raw stuff. I just don't see it happen. Let's see. 8075, 8075. And it's 80. Oops. Is that the right one? No, it's wrong. I guess it's tax band right there. 807. Oops. Hold on just a second. What happened here? Okay, cool. All right, good. Let me go back to taxes. And click on taxes. There we go. Boink and boink. Pretty exciting, huh? 3270. All right, boink equals sum that sucker. 104,000 in taxes with a net worth of 862. 112,000 taxes with a net worth of 879. Yeah, I don't see the benefit of Roth 401k contributions at all there. Let's go down to now. So I'm just curious. What if we took Social Security for retirement age? 30,000 left over, but again, you got no heirs, so who cares? If we made this 2250. Yeah, that's nuts. That drops it down quite a bit. Yeah, I don't see a huge benefit of doing Roth adding to your 401k if you're single. Now, I don't know. I mean, this is for someone with not much income. No, I don't want to say $50,000 is income. I mean, watch the taxes this old Matt's paying here. I mean, look at that, man. 20% total. So it's not like he's not paying taxes. I don't see it. I don't see the 401k contributions working here. I mean, because he's still paying more in taxes on the front. Well, hey, let's go back to the sheet here. All right, so here he's paying federal, state, and local and FICA taxes, $9,000 in federal, state, and FICA on the front end when he's doing 401k contributions. Remember, $5,000 is going to his 401k, so $5,000 is clear of this right here. Now, if you come down here, he's still paying the same amount of FICA, but now he's paying $10,000, so it's costing him literally $1,000. Yeah, $1,000. So what cost him $9,000? Yeah, exactly, $1,000 more. $9,025 would have cost him before taxes at 2020. Now it costs him $10,025 at 2020 if he does the Roth 401k contributions. We'll scroll down to 2040. His taxes here are $777. 2040, his taxes there are probably a little bit more. Twice. Yeah, exactly, twice. I mean, that's $700 more. 2044 is $3339. 2044 is $1860. So I mean, at the end of the day, he does pay a little bit more taxes by not doing the Roth. But in of itself, that's not a huge savings to me. $8,000. It's just not. But let's see what happens when we do Roth conversions as well once he retires. So stay tuned. We'll do that next. All right, thanks.